Miller's Creek, population 3,200, was the kind of place where folks waved from their porches and you could leave your front door unlocked without a second thought. Tucked between rolling fields and a sleepy main street, it was a town where nothing bad ever happened until the morning Sarah Blake vanished. Sarah, 32, wasn't just the town's nurse. She was its heartbeat. Known for her easy laugh and the way she remembered every patient's birthday, she lived alone in a cheerful yellow house and spent her free time organizing blood drives and visiting elderly neighbors. On a foggy Thursday morning in March, she didn't show up for her shift. Her phone went straight to voicemail. At first, people thought she might be sick, but when her neighbor noticed her front door ajar and her car missing, the unease began. Police were called. Word spread quickly. By sunset, Miller's Creek was buzzing with fear. Officers considered the possibilities. A random act of violence, maybe a drifter passing through. Dozens of volunteers combed through the woods, riverbanks, and abandoned barns. For a week, there was nothing. Then, Sarah's car was found. It sat abandoned at the edge of Riverton Forest, a teenage hangout spot known for trouble after dark. Inside, her purse, wallet, and phone rested neatly on the passenger seat. Almost too neatly. On the steering wheel, a faint smear of blood. This was no accident. Detectives dug into Sarah's life, expecting a clean slate. Instead, they found a secret she'd hidden from nearly everyone. An affair with Mark Fenton, a married businessman in town. The romance had ended weeks earlier, and not quietly. Sarah had threatened to expose Mark, not just for the affair, but for embezzling funds from his company. Mark denied everything, claimed he hadn't seen Sarah in weeks. But then came the cell tower records. His phone had pinged near Riverton Forest the night she disappeared. When confronted, Mark broke, but not with a confession. Instead, he spoke a single name, Evelyn, his wife. Evelyn Fenton seemed calm, almost too calm, when police interviewed her. She said she'd barely known Sarah, but a search of her garage told a different story. Beneath a stack of gardening tools, officers found Sarah's nurse's badge and a blood-stained cardigan. Evelyn didn't try to deny it. She said she'd asked Sarah to meet for a private conversation. It turned into an argument. In a sudden rage, Evelyn struck her. Sarah fell, hitting her head. By dawn, Sarah was buried in a shallow grave deep in Riverton Forest. Evelyn was sentenced to life in prison. Mark's company collapsed under scandal, and he disappeared from town in the middle of the night. Miller's Creek never saw itself the same way again, not because of a stranger's violence, but because the danger came from within. Every March, on the anniversary of her disappearance, a single white rose appears on the clinic steps. No one claims it. No one asks. In Miller's Creek, some truths stay buried.